Hey y'all, Jamie here. Proud 55-year-old trans woman from New Orleans. So, where last I left off. Well, y'all, my friend Bianca had just flashed a man behind us her titties because one of my best friends, Terry, had told her, "Girl, you're just a bunch of plastic," because she was jealous that me and Bianca were hanging out. Terry was very possessive of me. And I was possessive of her too. Listen, it worked both ways. So, yeah, Bianca asked this man once she had her breast out. She was like, "So, sweetheart, do you like all this plastic?" The man was like, yeah, I love it. I think it's hot. Of course. And so Bianca looked back around at Terry and she said, "Girl, you see, that's the opinion that really matters." And just kind of gave her like this pitying look. And Terry was just furious. Oh my God, she was so furious. But what was she going to do? They didn't roll, just tension stayed high. We all sat there and got drunk and tensions just stayed high. And so I had gotten tired of staying at Tammy One Knots. Well, didn't really get tired, but y'all, I didn't want to impose on her. She lived in a little tiny slave quarter apartment and I just felt like I was under her feet, So I went and got a hotel room at this place outside of the French Quarter called the Empress. And the Empress was a notoriously infamous little hotel. Oh my Lord, y'all. It was so the part. Like, it was the last no-tell, motel hooker. Like, yeah, drugs, hookers, pimps, murder, mayhem, ghosts, you name it. Like, it just had everything. It was your very classical New Orleans. Yeah, if you're on your last legs, sweetie, with money and like morals, if you're on your last legs with money and morals, darling, they were there. So I moved in there, and one night, and I guess it was about 3 or 4 nights after that incident with Bianca and Terry, I was hanging out with Bobby, Joe, and Tracy. Angel was there too, I think. And we were sitting in the Roundup, and I'd gotten off work. We were sitting in the Roundup. I think Pissy Chrissy was there too from the French Casino. I think she was there too. So anyway, we're sitting there, and y'all, the doors, the Roundup had these double swinging saloon doors. And I mean, they burst open, and all I heard was, "Yee-haw!" One of those numbers. And I looked up and turned around, and there was Walker. Walker was my ex-boyfriend. Yeah. He had gotten stabbed in the chest with a butcher knife by a girl named Chili Pepper for leaving her to be with me. Then when he got out of the hospital, y'all, we had one passionate night together before he left me to go home to his family in Mandeville. And that was the last time I had seen him, like before my birthday back in May, and this was like the following Halloween. So yeah, Walker immediately sees me. It's like no time has passed. He is in my face, grabbing me, pushing me back against the wall, trying to kiss on my neck, talking about, "Baby girl, where have you been? Where have you been?" All of that. And y'all, listen, I was a little dickmatized. I was dickmatized by him, and we started messing around again immediately. Like, we immediately became a couple again. And I thought, oh, he's back, And one night, I even remember he had gotten into a fight in the Roundup, and he had been maced. And y'all, I took him back to my hotel over at the Empress, and I put him in the bathtub, and I got all of the mace off of him and soaked him and stuff. And my reward for that, this boy had a sex drive that when he wasn't inside of me, he was begging me to get inside of me. And when he wasn't begging me, he was just flat out fucking taking it. I mean, like, not SA, but like taking it, And so yeah, like 5-6 times a day, I thought I would be ruined when I was around him, like for life. Because he wasn't small either. Like no, he wasn't. So anyway, my reward for bathing him with all of the, all of that stuff with the mace, yeah, him pinning me down and terrorizing me and scrambling my insides all night long. And yeah, that was Probably TMI, but y'all get the idea. So me and Walker, we're back together. So I'm still working at the French Casino, y'all. And I'm dancing there, and it's got several of the dolls working there. There was a few cis girls that worked there too, but it was more dolls than cis girls, I would say, even though it was advertised as a totally straight place, and we were all supposed to be cis girls in there. Well, this one girl named Sabrina, she was an older Cuban girl, probably like late 30s, 40-ish. She kept stealing this other girl named Valerie's powder and her hairspray. Her powder and her hairspray, like it was like foundation powder, you know, and she would steal it to use it and then put it back without asking. And then she was using, and it was like pump hairspray. So yeah, Valerie realized it. And one night I walked back in the dressing room and I surprised Valerie putting ground glass and urine in the hairspray and the powder. Ground glass in the powder and urine in the hairspray. If y'all want to know what happened next with that, y'all know the routine. Be here tomorrow and I will too. I love you all. I love you all for watching, and I love you for the comments. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.